Now after the helmet, we're gonna go with the core and work our way out. We're gonna go with the ab and kidney plate, and then we're gonna go chest and back, and then we'll go with the thighs, and then probably the upper arms, and then the shins. The shins are not the most difficult, but they're difficult, so we'll save those for last.
Just gonna line this up, mark it, and cut it. Doing both sides. Align the table instead of
And when you score, you don't have to press really hard. If you press lightly, you have more control of it. The harder you press, the better your chances of screwing it up are. All you have to do is lightly score it and then bend it, and it will build. But on the con side of that is if you score it in the wrong spot, that's a stress fracture now, and it will break there in the future.
that's why I rescored it, we'll miss my line.
When you do it this way, you see we've got a little bit more on this side than we do this side. So when it glues on there, what I did, this is what we're going to end up getting. Like that. I went ahead and put my strips on, riveted it, and then I put my belt on. I marked where the belt boxes are going to go, and then riveted in there, and that way it reinforces the ab plate. So now this ab plate is a lot stronger than it was, and all these rivets are going to get hidden by the belt boxes anyways. And then these rivets up here are going to get hidden by the sheet that goes across the chest and the back.
Alright, so these
So
parts,
that part will go all the way down to about there.
oh, I gotta mark this one going straight across as well.
Yeah.
So this is gonna
Yeah,
get,
bring that down. So I would take it just to the edge of here, like
Yeah.
that, and then that level cut off. But I would match it up to your chest to make sure that you need a camera back here.
yeah. Actually, let's move this one.
So you can see what.
That's pretty much in shot.
Alright. Put a little X there and make sure you always hit your spot. Now, very important, what I did with my belt, you have to make sure that, not that, but these are lined up perfectly. And you can leave that bottom. Because now see what you have on there? When you line up those pieces, you have this overhang.
Yeah.
So what I did is I just cut
Just cut it off.
smooth it out. This ABS is a little bit thicker than the white stuff was. You'll feel it as soon as you go to score that.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna be hitting the top with sandpaper when it's all done anyways.
Okay. Not exactly easy, but. Yeah, I
This one is,
yeah.
is that,
I'm gonna cut this bottom one again. Well, maybe not. Just like how it should be.
this one's really strong. Now you can adjust it.
Okay.
Good? It's level across there?
Almost. Pretty level. That's great.
Alright, so now you know what it looks like, so now you take all that off, go ahead and glue. I glued these together, and then I glued that on top.
Okay.
So yeah, you take it off.
I don't want to now.
So you glue the back onto the front.
I want to get fancy. I've got a brush and. Wait a minute. This is the front, yeah. Back onto the front.
I would do the whole thing, that way it gives it more to hold on to. That's going to be a stress area. When you clamshell, when you take it on and off,
Yeah.
that's where it's going to be.
Alright. Not the fingers. But
Wherever you see, look on the inside, look and see where, because of the contour,
yeah.
there's going to be spots that are raised up.
Don't reach. Magnets. Make sure this isn't sliding.
Let that sit. How long does it take for that to set? Pretty quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a 5-minute one.
Okay. So yeah, now we gotta wait, let that sit, and then we'll put the black strip on, and then if you want to rivet it,
Yeah, oh yeah. Rivet, rivet. Something to do.
we're gonna have to get some more of these small washers. Because I wanna, I'm actually gonna use some of the press rivets on the thighs. On the thighs and shins, I'm gonna press rivet the top and bottom, and then just glue the rest of it.
Okay. So
That
that's
ducky. So, but yeah, with those press rivets, that way it'll make sure you have. And what I'm thinking, I would like to. Well, I was gonna have the elastic that holds it up, so the loops have those riveted right into it too. That way,
Right.
and I think I'm still gonna do that because those press rivets will be flush with the armor, so it's not gonna have a raised area.
Oh, I got a shitload of rivets too, so if we happen to run
I've got a
out-
bunch of rivets.
I'm gonna say, I've got rivets too.
I got these short white ones and I have some longer silver ones.
Alright, yeah, I don't know what size I got, but I went in my closet and I'm like, oh hey, there's my rivet gun. Open up, had rivets in it.
And now doing the rivets on top of the belt, these two pieces and the black. No, it didn't go through the black. So these two pieces and the belt was just enough for the rivet and the washer to catch.
Okay.
These short washers. And that way it doesn't have a whole lot to
Sticking
dig
out.
in.
Okay. So one need more.
Yeah, I like this setup a lot better than the original trilogy. You don't have that gap or even a shim in there. This makes it look so much better. I've seen people leave the back, if they're skinny, they left the back together. And this is where they sealed up one end and left the other, put Velcro, and that way that's where they attached it. So where they have the black strip,
Yeah.
that's the attachment. So that's one way.
I thought that's how we were gonna do it. I completely forgot about having cut it down the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah, and that's the way they did it for the movies. They had it split down the back, and this was all sealed up, and then they just had that trauma plate to cover it. It's just like the Clone Troopers.
Yeah.
Oh, the Clone Troopers were CGI, but it's basically they tried to make the armor look as realistic as possible. That this is how it would go on.
I'm wondering if this will fit around me like that. Did you measure the inside of it once it was together?
42. Mine was 42 inches.
Oh, well, shit. So that could fit on. That fit around me.
Yeah. So when this closes, it should be pretty close. So your elastic will probably be a little less than mine. Yeah, you want it to be snug. You don't want it to be super tight. You don't want to have to suck in your belly to get it. Like with my clone, I have to suck my belly to get it in. I get the ab plate because I have the leather in the back, so that is no problem. But it's the chest fitting over the top of it. It has to be closed up.
Right.
So if my ab is too big, then my chest won't close. So everything depends on this. That's why we're doing this first. Because what we do next, we put the chest and the back together with that black shim. That all depends on this fitting perfectly.
Okay.
And this, you have to have movement, because if you look in the movies, there's about that much of a gap underneath. So there has to be a little movement, so when you move, it's not, you're not like C-3PO and
Yeah.
completely rigid. You have to have that movement. And then your belt goes together a certain way. You can see this gap is smaller than this gap. So you'll know if you have it backwards or not. This gap is smaller than this gap
Yeah.
because this piece that goes here is wider than the piece that goes here.
Okay.
So you have to make sure that when you put your belt on, that you see the smaller gap goes on the left-hand side, bigger gap goes on the right.
Gotcha.
And then the belt boxes go right underneath those gaps. So there should be similar, very close to the same distance in between each belt box. And if you start with these, and these will go right in the gap, and then everything else will line up with them.
Okay. So this should be the same on both sides, right?
Yes. I would measure that onto it. I wouldn't cut it off of that one,
All right.
just in case.
Wonder
Should
if
be
it's
the same.
Almost dry.
We'll go ahead and finish this one completely. We'll put the black on there and then we'll rivet it and then we'll do this side.
All right.
That way we know that that side is secure and it's not gonna pop.
Yeah. Alright, so I need to cut the top of that out.
Remember, you're gonna hit it with a belt sander. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it's just that one little spot sticking up higher than the rest of it.
yeah, that's fine. You're gonna hit it with the belt sander and make it all the same anyway. Some people cut theirs down here so that it's not shown over the top of that black piece, but if you look at every one of the movies that have Rogue One armor, this shows most of the time. It pops over the top of that black. So that's why I put my rivet down about a 3/4 of an inch. That way, if that much is shown, plus I'm gonna paint it black, so you're not really gonna see it.
Yeah.
And this is all gonna get weathered. Probably won't even see that that's black anyway. But
Yeah. I was gonna say yours is gonna be fucking.
yeah.
Alright,
So
so.
mine is gonna be a lot different than yours in that aspect that everything is getting weathered, so my detail is gonna be a lot less than yours.
Right.
This goes right to here.
Make sure you have your,
Am I gluing this down, right?
yeah, glue it down, and once it's dry, then we'll rivet it. I glue that, it's preference, but I glue that way you know exactly where the glue is going.
Alright. Make sure I get the right side.
Yeah.
You are not coming off.
That's what I thought. I did the same thing. I riveted it anyway. It came up right there, started popping. I was like, yeah, don't like it.
Yeah. Clamp me. Should be seeing it on this camera, so.
Are those holding that down?
No. I mean, if I would, yeah, I left it there for.
Pretty soon you'll get some.